Good morning. Welcome to Opening Bell Crypto. Crypto Bull Ron here, coming to you live from Las Vegas. And I apologize yesterday. I'll be switching hotels tomorrow, but the hotel I'm staying right now, I just could not get that Wi-Fi to be consistent. And literally, I apologize yesterday. The stream was so bad. Some of you made comments on it, and so I didn't realize I listened to it later, and it was really crackly. So, shout out to Elon. I'm down in a parking lot, parked in Chinatown on my Starlink, and man, it's absolutely freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing how good that is, and you can stream, you can do anything, anywhere. So it's absolutely amazing. Appreciate him having that. I use it a lot. I've got a little playing a little balancing act. My rental car isn't all that big here. I've got my microphone. In fact, let me kind of a little awkward. That's why I don't have the thing on. Let me make sure the microphone looks like it's working okay because I'm balancing everything. 5.5. Okay, yeah, that looks okay. So, yeah, man. Day two of the Bitcoin conference. Yesterday was the big days are today and tomorrow. Yesterday was more of an insider day, industry day, they call it. Most people will be showing up today and tomorrow. But anyway, I'll bring you some live video and stuff tomorrow. I didn't go to do much yesterday. I spent most of the time shopping with my wife, who came with me, and we'll be hitting the show today. And then I'm gonna be staying a day or two extra, a couple of days extra as well down here in Vegas. Maybe get a little sun. But anyway, yeah, welcome everyone. Once again, apologize for yesterday. That was horrible, and I didn't know it until it was too late. And actually, there's nothing I really could have done about it, to be honest with you. The signal, some of these hotels, signal's just not good enough for streaming. So today and tomorrow, I'll be coming to you like this, and we'll be. At least we should have a decent signal. It should sound good, and then. The next day I switch hotels for Thursday, Friday. I'll be in a new hotel, and I believe they've gotten a little better. I do believe they have a option for high speed. But anyway, as you can see, yesterday Trump didn't really hear any information. I thought he was supposed to have a news conference. We didn't really hear any information about the proposed deal from Iran, but I guess he wasn't happy with it. He may be talking about it today. But as you can see, NASDAQ futures down, and we opened, in fact, we just opened, but so we'll give it a second. But futures, we're looking, NASDAQ down 1.1, Dow up 0.26, S&P 0.54. So we'll give it a few minutes. Well, let's see if we can, I don't know if it'll refresh it or not, but we can take a couple of, by the way, it was so bad yesterday I didn't even like retweet it or didn't even save it on YouTube. So once again, apologize for the bad connection yesterday. Awesome that now we have Starlink. You should really get one if you're out and about or traveling or camping or anything. It's so nice to be able to use it. Well, let's look at Bitcoin stuff. We'll check back. Obviously, Bitcoin's kind of bleeding out yesterday. 76,116. We're over 79. Even after the thing, we're 78, close to 80 or earlier, but pretty flat for the week. But for the day, we're down 2.1%. We're 76,116 is what Bitcoin is. By the way, welcome if you're just joining me. Want to apologize again for that horrible connection yesterday. I'm now coming live on my Starlink from my car, so hopefully it'll be a lot better. And then same tomorrow, I'll be on the Starlink and then switching over to a nicer hotel. Hopefully it'll have better internet. If not, I'll do the same. But I do think they have a high-speed option so I can stream. A lot of times, it's just the normal internet's just not good enough to stream. But so I love my Starlink Mini, though, man. Best invention ever. I suggest everyone get one. You always have you always have can always use your phone, always use your anything. But anyway, Bitcoin 76,116 down 2.1%, slowly kind of bleeding out over lack of good news with the war over there. Just lack of good, some shocking news on the Clarity Act stuff we'll talk about. But Ethereum 2267 down 2%. XRP $39.7 down 2%, and Solana 83.36 down 2.1% as well. So yeah, just kind of sideways, just not any good news. Let's look at some of the news though, and we'll look and see how the market opened up. This was interesting. UAE exits OPEC as Iran chaos triggers nationalistic realignment among producers. And also there's like certain like quotas and stuff they have to meet. So anyway, I thought that was an interesting situation that we're going to be they're leaving that. Bitcoin from yesterday. Michael Saylor spoke yesterday. He said 300. A lot of what he spoke about was STRC. He said the $300 trillion credit market is about to send Bitcoin parabolic. STRC Stretch is the world's fastest growing digital product, and that digital credit has left the station. Basically, it's not priced in, is what he's saying. The whole digital credit, loaning against your assets and whatnot. Plus, in his case, STRC pays, of course, 11.5%. So super appealing to a lot of people. But anyway, I don't know if he's going to speak today or tomorrow to the general crowds or not. Maybe not. Maybe it was just yesterday. I haven't even, to be honest with you, I've been so busy, haven't really checked the schedule. I got a few meetings, meeting a few people, whatnot. It's usually what I come for. I'll definitely hit the conference. Looking forward to that. Hit some of these speeches. I think Jack Dorsey's speaking today, from founder of Twitter and now owns Block and Cash App and Square, doing a lot. But yeah, you can see part of the problem. Oil surged over 4.5%, trading over $100 right now. Definitely not helping anything as far as the markets. But it kind of expected a little bit of choppiness, a little bit of sideways, just kind of wait and see what happens. Larry Fink speaking yesterday on CNBC. A couple interesting things he said. He said, look, first off, the main headline you can see there, we're at the beginning of the tokenization of all assets, right? So, said we're at the beginning of tokenization of all assets. Larry Fink is the one really driving this narrative. He's really the loudest voice out there talking about how everything's going to go online. But what he kind of said was, look, markets rise and fall, bubbles come and go. The only thing that matters is you stay invested through every cycle. And look, I believe the same thing. If we could ideally time the markets, we would certainly could leverage ourselves by selling at the top and buying more at the bottom. And if you can do that, great. The problem is it's a lot of times it's easier said than done, right? Like I see a lot of people now who a lot of influencers even and stuff who, I think trying to change up their strategy and whatnot, trying to sell the top. And a few people did sell. Few groups I see and a few of my friends and people out there, they were able to sell the top. But a lot of them, I think, are a little too bearish now. And they're kind of telling their listeners and stuff, hey, we're going down, which we may, but we may not. So I've been DCAing the whole time. I don't worry. I'm more like Michael Saylor. I don't worry all that much about it, but I would rather be in the market. There's an old saying, timing in the market is better than timing the market. So I'm literally not trying to time the market and guess because it's just next to impossible to do. So I advocate, and what I do is I just buy. I'm willing to, if I know Bitcoin's going to $1 million, I'm willing to ride out a little bit of a drop down. And if you look at probably the most successful investor, of course, next to Nancy Pelosi, is Warren Buffett. He's like, you got to be ready. You notice when he buys something, he holds on to it. He figures out what's good and he holds on to it. Almost never sells it. Rarely sells it. So to me, that's the way, is really just to get in the market and hold it if you like it. Dollar cost average. That's the way you get your best price anywhere. I'm willing for Bitcoin to go down. I'm a little bit, I'm not going to say I'm happy, but I'm excited to have this opportunity to stack more Bitcoin, stack more, quality blue chip coins, and even some of my longer shots. Everything's on sale right now. I'm okay. And I'm okay if I have to buy some and it goes down and I have to wait a few years as long as it goes up. It's easier to figure out what's going to be higher in 5 or 10 years or 3 years than it is to get in and out. Sometimes that doesn't work. So that's been my experience. I'm with him. Be in the market. Now, interesting turn of events here. The market structure bill, here it is right here. The Clarity Act just hit a wall. This is from our guys, Coin Bureau. State Democrats are now refusing to back the bill unless it includes strict ethics rules targeting the Trump family's 1 billion plus crypto empire. Republicans need 7. This is why they need to just toast the filibuster. It's ridiculous. And I don't even think they have to get up and talk. You used to couldn't sit down and take a break. So you could only filibuster for so long. Now it's just basically we need 60 votes for everything. Stupid. Nothing will ever pass. I think, I promise you this. If the Democrats ever get in control of both houses, they will nuke the filibuster so fast it'll make your head spin. We ought to do it to fix the voting and fix this and a few other things. I'm not a fan. I'm with Mike Lee, who's my senator out there in Utah. Just nuke that thing, I agree with that. But anyway, so yeah, interesting turn of events now that they're not going to back it unless there's some strict ethics rules because of what Trump's doing. Hey, Scott, good morning. Coming from X, my buddy Scott from the Heine community. Got a great show every day at Gizo. 3:30. Check this out. 3:30 Vegas time, but 6:30 Eastern time. I've been listening to the show, but I haven't wanted to wake my wife up, so I haven't been able to participate much. But Scott, good to see you. Great little community, all about education. Look, sometimes it helps to be with the right communities to get for moral support, for questions, and also some alpha. And they're a community they've got NFTs and a coin and a token and everything. Small community, but very, very solid. Really high end, high class people. All about education. So good to see you, Scott. Like I say, I haven't been able to talk because I'm in the hotel room, but I had my signal wasn't good, so I had to. I'm in my car sitting in Chinatown on the Starlink Mini because yesterday's show sucked so bad I deleted it from YouTube and Rumble and didn't save it even here. So I'm on my Starlink, and I love the Starlink. Always gives you that option. But good to see you, Scott. Been enjoying the show. Just haven't wanted to wake my wife up by talking at 3:34 a.m. Vegas time, especially because Vegas, you never get to sleep early. But let's check back on the markets, see how they're doing. Now they've been open for 12 minutes. I assume not great, but we never know. Man, this is a slow side even on. It was cool yesterday. We saw Emirates Airlines going to put 3 of these dishes on each of their airlines. So, it's a little bit better, down 0.74. Not down as much as it was. It was over 1%. Dow Jones still at 0.28 and the S&P 0.58. So NASDAQ came back a little bit. Let's check on our Bitcoin. Let's look at the hourly chart just for fun. Bitcoin, about the same, but 76,242 down, of course, 1.9% for the day. Same Ethereum, 2275 down 1.6. Came back a little. XRP 1.38 down 1.8. Solana 83.64 down 1.7. Came back a little. So that's great. Michael Saylor also said yesterday something I've been saying for years on all my shows and every time anyone will listen to me, and that is supply shock is coming. There's only 20 million Bitcoin, only another million to be mined. 2.5 to 5 million are lost forever, depending on who you believe or how you do your math. I think it's closer to 5 than 2.5, but even if you split the difference, there's a lot of Bitcoin lost, and there's not much. Fiddy, my guy over there on X, posted, I think I said, even every millionaire, and you hear this a lot, even every millionaire can't own one Bitcoin. Ton, which is the blockchain of Telegram, which I think is interesting because they have so many users. They launched an agentic wallet on Ton, allowing AI agents on Telegram to hold funds and transact on chain without approval for every step. So this is the future, agentic wallets. And you have to be careful, though, because they basically are acting for you. So I think there's some security risks there and stuff. Not something I'd be doing with my big wallets anytime soon. But long term, you think how nice just be able to tell your AI to do this, do that will really be a huge time saver. And I think it's really going to help the adoption curve because you think of older people or something that maybe don't understand it, right? Or how to do it. There won't be that learning curve. Like it's so hard. My business partner, his ex-business partner, former business partner, they sold their internet company for over $500 million. His former business partner is working with a node, a blockchain they've developed over on the Cosmos. Oh man. And he wants to support it. And so we buy here and there, but we always have to go through so many steps. We have to go to Coinbase. We have to get Atom. Then we got to turn Atom into something else to buy it, buy their coin on their exchange. I can't, what is it? Cosmos. Yeah, Cosmos. We got to buy Atom. Then we got to buy Cosmos to buy their token. And every time it's a process, remembering all those steps. So I think we'll see a adoption curve like we've literally never seen before. We'll see an adoption curve like we've never seen before because people won't have to learn all those steps. Arthur Hayes predicts $125,000 Bitcoin by year end. That's a little more realistic. War-driven liquidity and government spending will force the Fed to print money, pumping the crypto market. As fiat debased, Bitcoin becomes the ultimate liquidity sponge. So, yeah, and he has much higher targets too. But I think this year, that's been my call, will definitely exceed all-time highs. Kash Patel spoke yesterday and said, I don't know why they don't just. I don't like these conferences. They have these special day, the earlier days, and they charge crazy prices. There's less people there for sure, but people miss out. I would have seen. I think this would have been something for the today and tomorrow. But anyway, Kash Patel spoke yesterday, and the FBI director, and he said the FBI wants to work together proactively with the Bitcoin and crypto community. He wants to instill confidence in America that this is the right way forward, and Bitcoin's not going anywhere. So great speech. Definitely need to get that message out there. But like I say, the conferences always have, like there's a well pass is like 13 grand, so, you sit back there, and obviously it's cool because sometimes you get to sit back there with the speakers, maybe meet some of the people and whatever. But then the first day is always a lot more expensive, and it is what it is. But I would have liked to have seen It's a way for them to make more money. It's a way to be a little more exclusive the first couple of days, first day or so. But anyway, I wish I would have liked to have seen Cash speak to a room full of people. Instead, there wasn't even a lot of people. I was an empty room, and it was. These are massive. Realized 99% of the people weren't there yesterday, so I would have liked to have seen this. I think it would have been good for him to see too. 10,000 people listening to him in these makeshift auditoriums there in the Sands Convention Center. This was interesting, though. This could be the biggest news from yesterday. By the way, welcome everyone. GM, welcome on over there. Listen live on Twitter or on YouTube. And once again, if you were here yesterday, I apologize. I could not, didn't realize how bad the signal was. Hey, Heine Coin, the Mr. Heine, GM, Vegas Ron. That's right. I did, not gonna lie, I slipped back into the old degenerate a little bit yesterday at the craps table. I'm not gonna lie. Now I'm gonna have to take a day or two off because I really don't have any time to play. But I did play for a couple hours, 2-3 hours yesterday, and having some fun, having some great food. I've been here. I got here Saturday. I did take a day trip to L.A. on Sunday, but man, hit my favorite Chinese restaurant twice already. Having some good food. Now I'm walking a lot. Yesterday I did 13,000 steps. Today I plan on getting closer to 20. But I've only been eating once a day, man. Gotta get back in that hiking shape, and I might even lay at the pool tomorrow. Get a little Thursday, Friday. I'm gonna stay in a couple extra days. Hang on my wife. I did spend most of the day shopping yesterday, so we had fun. But I may actually go out to the pool to show myself that I need to get in better shape, get that six-pack coming back. So been doing a lot. One thing in Vegas, you do a lot of walking, like 15 to 20,000 steps is not unusual on a day in Vegas. So especially when you're at a show. So anyway, GM, the Heine community, appreciate all your guys' support. Been listening to your morning show, but didn't want to wake my wife up at 3:30. A little early for people out here on the West Coast. So Vegas is on California time. So anyway, good to see you guys here. Anyway, back to the news. This was huge. White House crypto advisor Patrick Witt, said a big announcement on Trump's Bitcoin reserve is coming within the week. So once again, I really wish they had these people speak. When you have them speak, not that it's a big deal, but if you had them speak, and maybe they are speaking, but I don't think so. I'd like them to speak to the crowds when there's, 30,000 people there, 10,000 people, standing room only, and flowing out into the hall. I think that would have been a better message to go back to Trump. So to have these guys speak early, I don't know. I don't think that was good planning. Maybe they'll speak again. I haven't even looked at the agenda yet. I got a breakfast meeting right after my GM show with OG crypto guy who now lives in Costa Rica. And anyway, meeting with him and his wife, and then we'll hit the show. But I haven't even looked at who's speaking when. But anyway, it is what it is. But I think we missed an opportunity for these guys to go back and tell Trump, man, it was absolutely crazy. Like last year when J.D. Vance spoke, you couldn't even get in, and it was so crowded. And same with Don Jr. and Eric. So anyway, no big deal. But the message is clear. I mean, it'll get out there still. But I would have loved to have seen him see the power, because there's going to be 30,000 people here. I don't know if there'll be more or less. Probably less people than last year. I won't know till today and tomorrow when everyone really starts showing up. But I imagine a lot of people said, hey, crypto's on sale, Bitcoin's on sale, I'll wait here and use the money to buy crypto. Colombia's largest pension fund just announced they launched a new crypto fund. And they said, this is the quote, denying Bitcoin would be ignoring the reality of the global market. I tell you every day, I love it when, these funds like this literally manage trillions and trillions of dollars. So you think about it, when they start buying It's going to be a lot of money. It'll start out with like 1, 2, 3% allocation, and then it'll grow. And pretty soon it could be a 10, 15, 20% allocation, maybe even more, right? That's why I'm FOMOing in, buying all I can right now. Cynthia Luma, she was there at the, I know Sunday I saw some of the girls got together for the Women of Bitcoin. They had their own little meeting there, I think hosted by Nat Brunell, who I saw yesterday, actually at the show. I may go by if she has a booth, grab some copies of her books. Maybe I'll grab a few extra and we'll give them out on the GM Bitcoin Morning Show or something. But yeah, anyway, she's awesome. I love her. She's always happy, very, very good when she gets on the like Fox News or with Charles Payne or anybody. She does a great job of pushing the message. Very, very sharp, very good. But anyway, Senator Loomis, our favorite senator, obviously said we're going to mark up the Clarity Act in May. We'll see. Now we're going to use it to poke at Trump. So, man, lose that filibuster. It's going to happen anyway, I promise you. Now Trump, I just saw this right before I started the stream. Trump said he'll put 100% tariff on China if they purchase Iranian oil. So it continues. But the blockade, going on its second week, or I don't know how long it's been, but he must think it's working. This is interesting. Our guy, Kevin O'Leary, he cracks me up, man. I remember the first time I was ever on a news, one of these shows, right? Like CNBC. It was in California, like it was in San Francisco, and I was on with the founder of eBay, or the president of eBay. I don't think she founded it, but anyway, it was before before eBay was big. I didn't think it was going to work because I didn't think people were going to send what you could trust common people to send it. But they had the obviously the feedback and stuff made that work great. I've literally bought and sold like $30,000, $40,000 watches on eBay. But anyway, I remember the guy was like this, looked a lot like Kevin O'Leary, about that age, and he was sitting there with shorts and flip flops on behind the news desk, and he had his jacket on. But Mr. Wonderful wearing his crazy PJs and stuff that he wears all the time now, and 2 watches because he's a watch guy. But anyway, Kevin O'Leary cut his crypto holdings from 27 tokens to 3. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC. He cited the October 2025 crash as the turning point. Most altcoins fell, never came back. No, and some of them won't, but most of them will. But let's not diminish the terrible effect that that 1010 had on the markets. And a lot of people just flat aren't here anymore, right? And it was just, you can't just suck out $20 billion out of the market and not have it be hurting. So he owns Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC. I'm not quite that conservative, and USDC doesn't even really count. But he's a trad guy. He's gonna play. He's gonna do it according to the way it's been done for a while. But what I do agree with Mr. Wonderful is we ought to be focusing on quality. Honestly, we ought to be focused on quality. There's no reason to go too far down the risk curve right now, or because these bigger plays are more guaranteed, and not go too far down the risk curve, and potentially, don't have a big percentage in those others. You really don't need them. Something's gonna 500x. You don't need. And you're not, trust me, you're only going to guess a few of those. For every coin you think is going to 100x, maybe you'll hit 1 in 10. Just too many things to happen. Last but not least, I want to leave you with this. Brian Armstrong states we waste $60 billion on remittance fees every year. Stable coins can drop these costs to near zero by removing banking middlemen. If you've been listening to me for any time at all, I'm an investor in CoinZoom and a big advocate. And honestly, that's the main thing. There's $1 trillion in remittances. People are paying 6 to 10% on average, up to 15% to get their money. It's slow through Western Union, banks, things like that. And he's right. This is almost nothing. and of course on CoinZoom, which you can download on the app, the Play Store, the app on the Play Store or the App Store, whether you're on a Samsung or on an Apple. But you can. We have a feature called Zoom Me where you can send crypto and cash instant globally for free, and then of course you can spend it on your debit card, your Visa card, and earn up to 5% back. So anyway, I agree with him, and this is the future, and just be positioned in how you can buy it. I'm getting ready to probably buy some Circle. I believe USDC is really going to continue. I'm going to do some more analysis on it, but it's one I set my wife up on Robinhood a few weeks ago actually, and it's one of those things I think I will play with. But anyway, take one more look over at Bitcoin. See how it's doing. Pull up the hourly chart. Pretty flat, 76,156, down 2.1%. Just took a little dip since we checked it a minute ago. But listen, I think this week, let's see, we got the Clarity Act as a possible catalyst, and whatever happens with this Iran situation, as that drags on, it drags the market down. Nothing changes. I think we'll just continue to kind of bleed down a little bit. But thanks for joining me. Hopefully this was a little more tolerable than yesterday. Once again, I apologize again for yesterday. But like I say, glad everyone could make it today. I'll come back to you with more info. I'll be posting probably more clips and stuff from the Bitcoin day 2, which is really day 1 in my opinion, because most people weren't here yesterday. Let you know how that's going. Let me know. I'll let you know if there's any big alpha. Tim Draper spoke yesterday too. That was cool. I really like that guy. Obviously, he's basically saying money's going away was his message. This is our life raft. You better have Bitcoin because crypto, even the US dollar, will fail. So have a great day. Enjoy some Taco Tuesday. Probably won't get any tacos today, but who knows? Who knows? And anything can happen in Vegas, man. I'll be back. Have a great Taco Tuesday. We'll see everyone tomorrow morning.